welcome to another Hey Mom Day. I'm sorry I didn't get this to you sooner. I tried to film a few times this week and it just wasn't happening between like interruptions and kids and just not going to bed on time and mom stuff, you all know. So here we are. If you guys watched our vlogs, then you may know that our camera broke, and so right now I'm filming on my phone, which is fine. Today we actually get a new camera. Cody's bringing it home, so I'm super excited about that. Yay, finally, right? So anyway, today's topic. I kind of wanted to pull from an Instagram post I did this week. And if you follow me on Instagram, Rainbow and the Millers, or just Rainbow Miller, then you might have seen it. It's basically just about kind of a little snippet in my journey of being kind of like a clean freak, and just about how to relax with the cleaning in order to spend more time with my family and how that's kind of changed me. And I wanted to go a little bit deeper into this topic because a lot of you relate to this and a lot of you had little stories of your own to tell me. And my girlfriend was texting me and I was like, what do I film this week? And she was like, dude, do a video about what you wrote on Instagram. So thanks, Sarah. Derp. No, I'm not always that great at making videos. So basically, I used to be a perfectionist. Hard to believe, I know. But I used to get so stressed. When Mackenzie was born, I would clean all the time. Like, my house had to be spotless. I was cleaning all day. I hosted a baby group when she was a baby, and when, like, the day before they came over, I would clean the entire house. And we're not talking, like, mop the floors and sweep and make sure the dishes are put away. Like, baseboards, walls, like, clean. And then I would also, like, put out bake stuff and, like, bake goods so I can, like, bake stuff for this baby group. And it was crazy. Now that I look back on it, it was crazy. I just wanted to tell you that just in case you're in that position now or you can relate to that position and you do want to change, just know that it's doable. When Mackenzie got older and started walking and toddling around and started playing with toys and taking everything out, my anxiety took off with cleaning. Like, I was spending all day worrying about the house, cleaning, picking up here, doing dishes, just like, it was like constantly trying to keep the state of perfection, and it was actually crazy. I was stressed about the house all the time. I had anxiety about the house all the time, and my to-do list was insanely long every morning. As Emmy got older and when Grayson was born, and I got busier, I've really started to relax, but I'll get to more about like where I'm at now in a second. But I was so worked up about cleaning that I was spending all my day with my to-do list and my cleaning list, and there was no time to play with my kids, which is sad and ridiculous. So my to-do list would be huge, and I had convinced myself that that was my priority because I was a stay-at-home mom. I had to have a clean house because what else was I doing? You know, like it was very like 50s housewife. So sorry, my phone just ran out of storage and I'm having to do this on my broken camera, so I really hope it works. I can't see what's happening. Mother of Earth, please work. So I was really having this weird 50s housewife mentality, which just, I don't know where it came from. I think it was just like pressure, and mostly because, I'm going to try and make this short because I could go on forever, but Cody and I got married at 18 on purpose because we loved each other. And then we had Mackenzie. We wanted to have Mackenzie we wanted to start a family right away. So I had Mackenzie when I was almost 19. We were very young, and I felt like there was so much pressure to not screw up or to show everybody that I wasn't a typical teenage mom, that I think that I put so much pressure on myself, and it turned me into this crazy cleaning freak. So there have been nights where I've gone to bed and I've just felt so guilty. Mom guilt is the worst. But I've just felt so guilty for all the cleaning I did when I'm at home. I'm like, why did I spend all my day cleaning and not playing with my kids? I didn't really get on the floor and play with my kids today. Like, what? Yeah, sure, I took them to the park, or sure, I did this, but like, I didn't really get down and play with my kids, which is something I am very passionate about. And so I would just go to bed with all this guilt, and I still have some of it sometimes. That's Finn. Just because, like, it's a process. You gotta grow, you gotta continuously strive to be better. But I'm thankful to say it's not bad anymore. I think it all started when I started to shift my expectations for what I wanted through my day. You know, you always hear everybody say like, oh, babies don't keep, dishes will wait, the laundry can wait, and you look at those like memes are everywhere about those things, or like e-cards or things on Pinterest, you always see those quotes and stuff. And you can be like, yeah, you know what, that's so right, oh man, like yeah, I agree with that, I'm gonna start doing that. And then next morning you wake up and you're right back into your cycle that you've created for yourself. And it's really hard to get out of it. So I think you can see all those things and you can listen to all these people explain what they've done and explain how that, you know, just leave it alone and live life. It's a lot easier said than done, basically, is what I'm saying. But I think if you really want it and you really realize the problems it can create, that you can really get to a much better place with it. And I forgot to mention, something so important that I was missing out on too was not enough self-love. I was so busy doing everything else when I put the kids to bed. Oh, it was more cleaning so the house can be spotless before they all wake up to make the same mess again. You know what people say? When you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, it's just crazy. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying, right? So I think I started this shift when I started caring about myself more, I think, actually. I started really wanting to just live life. I started really getting to know myself and who I am, and I think I'm getting pretty good at it now. And I always say this, but yoga really helped me just cut out time for myself, really quiet my mind and relax. And once I started to do these things and really like face myself, be like, do you look at how much time has passed? It's been a week, it's been a year, it's been whatever, and you've had the same habit. It's going to continue unless you change it. And I would tell myself this, and until I really started to like kind of be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is not going to change unless you do something about it. That's when I finally started to like, okay, I want something different. I'm going to do something different. The biggest thing for me was I really had to stop caring what people think of me. YouTube probably helped with this because before I like took the plunge and started doing videos on YouTube, I wanted to make sure that if I got somebody, you know, leaving hate or something, that it wasn't going to ruin my day. And so I really had to develop a thicker skin and just be comfortable being myself and be comfortable being happy for everybody else for being their selves and just stop giving a rat's ass about what anybody else thought. It's so much nicer. Once I started to really embrace that and also just embrace what was important, my priorities completely sifted instead of shifted, I'll say, because it's like you literally just sift out your priorities. What's most important? This is the length of the day. You can't change it. You can't stay up any later because, believe it or not, you need sleep. And so you gotta sift out your priorities. What really matters? And that when I started asking myself and having that conversation with myself, what really matters to me, that's when things really started to shift. For me, living a fun, adventurous life, finding happiness in the little moments, being with my children, being present. What kind of memories do I want my kids to have of me? What kind of memories do I want? They literally will not remember any of the cleaning. They're not gonna remember the clean house. And they're not going to remember the laundry piles all over. Like, unless you have a bear living in your laundry room, then I'm pretty sure it won't be remembered. And over the past probably like year, although it's probably been a longer process, but I've really made a lot of progress in the past year, I really started realizing that, like, this is what's important. It makes me feel better to give myself to my family and, you know, to just have fun. Oh my goodness, laugh and leave the dishes, let them sit if you want to, if there's something more fun that could be more valuable to who you are and to what you want in life, because oh my goodness, we are not guaranteed tomorrow, and that's like such a terrifying, beautiful, and humbling fact. It's like we only have today, and how horrible would I feel if I wasted my days just with this giant to-do list? Who the fuck cares? Pardon my French, but Jesus, who cares about the to-do list when you have a beautiful family in front of you? And I started to realize that, and now things have really just mellowed out. Now I'm relaxed. I'm able to be fully present with my family. I'm able to really see the little quirks with my kids, read them a story, have slow mornings, and just like take off, go have a play date, go to the park. I'm able to have my friends over for a cup of tea with their kids and not apologize for the state of my house. I used to apologize for my house being clean. I used to be like, oh, sorry, you know, it's a little messy. Yeah, there's 2 crumbs on the floor and, you know, I have my purse on the counter. So messy. Now, I won't have done my dishes yet and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And heck, there's probably a pot from last night sitting there. But I don't apologize for it anymore. Because not only for me, but I don't want to show any other women that that is what we should be doing and that is what we should expect of each other. So when my friends come over to my house, there's gonna be messes, there's gonna be dog hair, there's probably gonna be something, like my stairs haven't been vacuumed in like a month. That's gross, but I don't really care to have time for it right now. It'll get done eventually, but who the heck cares? Point is, they're coming over for playing, our kids are having fun, and I'm connecting with my friends, having tea, having good conversation, and just enjoying life, and it is so freeing. When the kids go to bed, I don't want to be cleaning, I don't want to be worrying about my to-do list. I want to be with my husband, because how many of us are exhausted from our to-do lists that when the kids finally go to sleep, you're so tired, you just want to go to bed or go have a bath or just have nobody touch you. I'm not even going to say TMI, because if you've watched my Hey Momday videos, you know I don't believe in such a thing. My sex life has improved hugely in the past like year since I've started to realize this. Enormously. I used to like sex, but it used to be like, you know, like, oh, I'm tired, I'd rather not. And now, well, but I've given myself that time to take, giving myself to my family, reading stories, giving myself to myself, having baths, practicing yoga, journaling. I've left the dishes to do yoga. You know, I haven't swept the floor so that I can take that time to journal or just like sit with myself and have a cup of tea. That has made all the difference. I like to go on spontaneous weekend trips without having to worry about, oh gosh, what happens about the mess we're gonna come home to? Oh my goodness. And I just don't want to live that life anymore. I don't want it. Because for me, it doesn't matter. And why worry about things that don't matter? Now, I will say, of course, I'm not perfect at this yet. Because what the hell is perfect anyway? I'm not the best at this. I still have my bad days where I still have days where I get caught up in my to-do list. Or I'm like, my house is messy, oh god. And then I really have to like work with myself, calm myself down, or Cody has to be like, dude, chill. And so it's not a perfect thing, but it's a growing thing. But that's obvious that we're not going to be great at everything forever. Like it takes time. It's not perfect. It's not going to change overnight. And honestly, I truly believe it is so much deeper than just being a perfectionist or just being a clean freak. I think it's an issue you have to like sift through with yourself. I just wanted to share this with you today to hopefully, if some of you are in the same position, struggling to find peace with this situation, maybe my experience can help you. If anything, it'll tell you you're not alone. I don't know, this is something I've just been struggling with internally and just something that's an everyday struggle for me, something I have to consciously work on every day. And so I figured it was important to talk about. I know I kind of ramble and I talk fast and I try and cram a lot of things into my videos, and I apologize for that, but it's me. Now I'm not quite done. I did want to say one more thing that kind of has to do with all of this. Whenever I'm stuck with my to-do list and I'm focused on it and I'm worried about cleaning and the anxiety is coming back, or even in the past when I was doing all of that, I was so grumpy and like pent up all the time because I was working so hard for no reason, and then of course my family was living their life around me and making mess after I've already cleaned, and that was causing me so much anxiety, and I was being so grumpy. I was constantly nitpicking the kids. Oh, pick that up, don't touch that, I just cleaned it, like, no, don't make a mess there, like, oh, you gotta clean that up. Like, it was annoying. It was annoying me, it was annoying them, it was just awful, and I do still struggle with that one. Now don't get me wrong, it's not like my house is a pigsty now. My house is always clean, it's just not always tidy. Basically, I was just so high strung and I wasn't slowing down. Speaking of relaxing and slowing down, I kind of wanted to share this little, like, I don't know, it's like a little parenting tip, whatever you want to call it, that kind of relates to that a little bit. Just something I do when I get stressed in general, or I lose my patience with the kids, or want to hurry them, or want to tell them to, like, oh, clean up, oh, you're making a mess, you know? And when I want to react that way, or I find myself reacting that way, I never want to react that way. But when I find myself doing it, I have a little trick that I've learned. So what I do when I feel like that is I just stop and watch. That's it. It's really simple. Just stop and watch. Now, I'll add stop, breathe, and watch a lot of the time, where I'll just stop what I'm doing, take a deep breath, and watch what they're doing. And the funny thing is about this is a lot of the times I'll end up smiling or laughing, because instead of the annoyance I'm seeing of, oh, you're making a mess, or you're not listening, or you're not putting on your shoes fast enough, if I just stop and watch, I've actually come to discover that, you know, they're not making a mess to them. They're building a really awesome tower, and they're being their quirky little selves with their little voices, and it's hilarious. Or it's not that they're not putting on their shoes fast enough. They're trying so hard to get their feet in the right shoe and figure out which one is which, because with kids, we can learn so much from them. There is no such thing as time for them. They're not on a clock. They don't care. One activity to the next, in the moment. And that's what I strive to live by, is in the moment. And I found myself smiling and like realizing, like, why was I trying to rush them? Look at this learning opportunity. Look at the fun they're having. Look at the joy of them playing in the moment when I just stop and watch when I want to do that. So I figured I would just share that with you in case maybe you wanted to try it, or you were looking for something, or finding yourself exploding a little bit like I tend to do once in a while. Now, with Hey Mom Day videos, I wanted to start doing something at the end of every video. From now on, at the end of each video, I want to leave you with a question and a challenge. Now, you can interact with me in the comments and answer the question, or you can just keep it private to yourself. You could jot it down, or you could just maybe take a mental note to maybe like work on that this week, or think about it, or challenge yourself to do something. So this week, I actually have 2 of each for you. And I just wanted to do 2 this week because those topics are a little bit different with the little parenting tips. So I have 2 for you. Okay, with the cleaning stuff. So I just want to ask you, has there been a time in your life where you've had to really sift through your priorities? Not shift, sift. And what was important to you then in those moments when you were doing that? When you had to sift everything through, what became the most important priority to you? Or priorities. This is your challenge for the cleaning topic that we talked about. What can you say no to, or let go of, or ease up on, to really make room for more living in your life? That's my challenge for you. Okay, and before we wrap this video up, the next question, I'm reading off my piece of paper. I take notes to write these videos, or to make these videos. With the stop and watch method, I'll call it. When do you think are some moments in your daily life when you can just slow down and observe? For example, like your morning routine at breakfast, or your bedtime routine when you find yourself normally stressed, maybe, or like just a time of your day where you feel like a time of the day that could use some slowing down. And how do you think that putting more value into each of those moments that you want to focus on will improve your daily life, or even change your outlook on life? So my challenge for you with the stop and watch is, next time you find yourself frustrated, stop, breathe, watch. See what happens. Alright friends, I hope you liked this video. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. New camera today, so I'm excited for that. We will have more regular videos now, and I will be getting these up, promise. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Lucky. You're lucky. Just because I'm filming right now, you can have another one. And then that's it, okay? No more after this. Okay? Okay, go watch the movie. I love you. Hey! I love you. I love you. Emmy, turn it down! Why am I so is a thing. There's a book that just landed on my desk. I must squish it. Oh, what do I use to squish it? Oh, gross. Sorry, bug. You just can't be on my desk. Real life, everybody. Okay. Nobody try and eat that granola bar wrapper. What are you eating? Butter? Are you eating butter? What are you eating? Butter? Don't eat butter. Great. Oh my gosh, son. Hi, son. Oh my goodness. I just need like a few minutes, okay? I'm almost done. Just a few more minutes, okay? No, this is not lotion. Believe it or not. Go get your milk, Bubba, okay? We're not going to touch butter anymore. Butter! Gross. Don't touch your hair, please. Okay, go. Okay. All right.